It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Another zero lockdown. It is reported that Shanghai trucks were sealed and drivers were not allowed to get off. The Chinese Communist Party officially claimed that the number of COVID-19 infections in April exceeded 160,000. Recently, it was reported online that trucks at a construction site in Pudong, Shanghai, were sealed again due to epidemic prevention and control, and drivers were sealed in the car and were not allowed to get off. The news caused netizens to question whether the CCP's zero-COVID lockdown policy has made a comeback. According to the video and screenshots released by the X platform Wu Wang Wu Di on May 22nd, trucks at a construction site in Pudong, Shanghai were sealed, and the truck driver was not allowed to get off. The driver confirmed that it was due to epidemic prevention and control, and the time was May 21st, 2025. The horror is coming again. The lockdown is back. According to the video, a male driver is suspected to be filming in a truck. A seal with red words on white paper and "No getting off" is posted on the door of the truck, and May 21st, 2025 is written in black under the seal. The driver said, "Shanghai Pudong, now they are putting up seals again, not allowing people to get off the bus, not allowing drivers to get off the bus. I don't know if they are breaking the law." Screenshots show that some people speculated, is it a dangerous area, or is it because the safety measures are not up to standard that people are not allowed to get off the bus? The video publisher replied, "It's epidemic prevention and control." In response, some netizens said, "Suffer twice, suffer twice. If you don't wake up and save yourself this time, you're done. If you still accept it this time, then the Chinese deserve to be slaves." The CCP is in a dangerous situation, and it really comes to mess with the epidemic lockdown again. It's too much. Some netizens commented, although the CCP has long declared victory in the fight against the epidemic, similar extreme control has appeared again, triggering panic of zero clearance and restoration. Is China repeating the mistakes of the epidemic lockdown? Is it voluntary again? Look at this driver, he really doesn't dare to get off the bus. It's hell on earth. The Shanghai Municipal Health Commission announced the epidemic situation of statutory infectious diseases in April on May 22nd, showing that Shanghai reported a total of 20,691 cases of Class A, B, and C infectious diseases under statutory management and 16 deaths. Among them, 14 types of Class B infectious diseases were reported, with 15,871 cases and 16 deaths. The top 5 diseases in terms of incidence are COVID-19 infection, syphilis, tuberculosis, gonorrhea, and scarlet fever. On May 8th, the data released by the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention showed that the positive rate of COVID-19 testing in outpatient and emergency flu-like cases in sentinel hospitals across the country from the end of April to the beginning of May in the 18th week increased to 16.2%, more than double the proportion of 7.5% in early April. Among hospitalized severe acute respiratory infection cases, the positive rate of COVID-19 also increased from 3.3% to 6.3% in early May. Moreover, COVID-19 has ranked first in outpatient flu cases for 3 consecutive weeks. These figures are merely official numbers released by the government. In reality, according to reports from analysts and Chinese netizens, the number of deaths is very high across many different age groups. The surge is not only due to the epidemic, but also to strokes, cancer, lung diseases, and more. The overall death toll has skyrocketed. On May 24th, Zhang Nanshan, an academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering, said at the opening ceremony of the 2025 Guangzhou Science and Technology Week through a cloud connection that the current COVID-19 epidemic is still at its peak. Li Dongzheng, chief physician of the Department of Infection, Beijing Yuan Hospital affiliated to Capital Medical University, also told China Business News recently that this wave of the epidemic is expected to peak in late May. In April, China reported nearly 170,000 new cases of COVID-19 infection, On May 23rd, the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention released the National COVID-19 Infection Case Report, showing that in April, 168,507 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 were reported nationwide, including 340 severe cases and 9 deaths, and the epidemic showed a fluctuating upward trend. The report also showed that a total of 8,588 local cases of COVID-19 genome sequences were reported nationwide in April, all of which were Omicron variants. The main epidemic strains are XDV series variants, mainly the 6th-generation subbranch NB.181. Is an epidemic coming? Zhong Nanshan talks about a case of passing due to illness. On Saturday, May 24th local time, Zhong Nanshan, academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering and director of the Guangzhou National Laboratory, delivered a speech via the internet at the opening ceremony of the Guangzhou Science and Technology Activity Week. His remarks sparked an uproar. Zhong Nanshan stated that the recent wave of the COVID-19 epidemic is still at its peak, and that from early March to early May, testing data from Singapore, France, Brazil, and other regions show a rising trend in COVID-19 infections. In addition, he mentioned that actress Big S, Xu Xiwan, had passed away due to influenza in February this year. As a so-called leading respiratory and public health expert during the last wave of the CCP virus outbreak, Zhong Nanshan's decision to raise the topic again and to reference Xu Xiwan's passing has inevitably raised concerns. Has a new wave of the epidemic already begun to spread widely? Our reporter learned through interviews with mainland Chinese residents that the number of infections has surged recently, while the CCP continues to remain vague and silent on terms like COVID-19 and mortality rate.
This year, says a mainland Chinese blogger, this is not sensationalism. The COVID-19 and influenza epidemics in mainland China have intensified. A lot of information from the public shows that hospitals are now full, crematoriums have queues, and new graves in rural areas have increased sharply. Chinese Communist Party officials are hiding the truth. Recently, a mainland blogger lamented that many people may die this year, and I am not exaggerating. This resonated with netizens, and there was a lot of lamentation in the comment section. Many people may die this year, and I am not exaggerating. The mainland social media platform Douyin blogger, Brother Biao Xiao Liji, released a video on the 7th and said bluntly, "Many people may die this year, and I am not exaggerating. Maybe you are among them." The blogger said he found that recent deaths are getting younger and younger. Not only the elderly are dying. The blogger said that a fan sister in Shanghai lost her father and father-in-law one after another over the past 2 years. And her husband also died a month or 2 ago, leaving a lot of debt. The sister was particularly emotional and felt that more and more people seem to be dying recently. Comments lamented group deaths. More than 10 people died in a Hunan village within 15 days. Hunan netizens, during the Chinese New Year period, from the 1st to the 15th day, more than a dozen people died in our village, age 30 plus to 50 plus, and at least 50 to 60 plus people died on the streets of the town where my uncle lives. Shandong netizens, it's true that several friends around me have passed away. Some died suddenly due to myocardial infarction, some from cancer, but those who passed were all well off and wealthy. Guizhou netizens, it's not an illusion, it's a fact. 4 people around me passed away at once. All were in their 60s, not old, and all were in good condition. Guangdong netizens, in recent years, several people born in the 1970s and 1980s in our village have also died, most of them from cancer. Yunnan netizens, indeed. I went to the cemetery to visit graves 2 days ago. I hadn't been there for just half a year, and there are almost 200 more tombstones. I sighed, it's a bit outrageous. Anhui netizens, my mother and elder brother both died suddenly, and I don't know the cause. Now I tremble with fear all day long. Hebei, Guangxi, and Zhejiang netizens, Brother Biao's feeling is right. There have been many deaths in recent years. Not just many, it was worse from May to August. The era of death will begin in 2025, and it will increase year by year, while the number of births will decrease. On April 9th, blogger Guo Guo released a video message stating that 16 people died suddenly in Shenzhen within 11 days, many of whom were young and middle-aged people in their 20s and 30s. On average, there were about 1.5 abnormal deaths per day. Sudden deaths mainly affected people aged 30 to 40, with the youngest being only 22 years old. Mr. Li, a villager in Zhoukou, Henan, recently told overseas media, "There are many people with colds, runny noses, and fevers, one after another, and the hospital is overwhelmed. There are waves of deaths, pneumonia, myocardial infarction, cerebral infarction. Many people in their 30s and 40s die suddenly. They just disappear inexplicably. They can't afford cremation, so they bury them secretly. People are dying every day, all young people." Many netizens questioned whether it was caused by the new coronavirus, CCP virus. It's just a variant of the new coronavirus renamed as Influenza A. This year's Influenza A virus feels like it has hybridized with genetic fragments of the novel coronavirus. The symptoms are very similar, and it is also very lethal. It's just that the coronavirus has mutated. My symptoms a few days ago were the same as in previous years. I was cold all over. Variants of COVID-19 continue to spread in China, but the authorities are covering it up. Recent data from the CCP's CDC shows the positive rate of the novel coronavirus is rising again, especially in the north. Sudden deaths are increasingly common, affecting both the elderly and younger people. Hospitals and funeral homes are overwhelmed, and some regions have stopped enforcing cremation due to overload. New graves are appearing across rural mountainous areas. American virology expert Lin Xiaoxu told China Watch that COVID-19 variants never truly stopped circulating in China. He cited a study by the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing Ditan Hospital showing infection peaks occurred from April to October 2023, and again from April to July 2024 after lockdowns were lifted. The CCP never disclosed how many were infected or died. They chose to hide the real data, Lin said. He warned that another wave in 2025 is likely. More concerning, however, is the rise of human cases of avian influenza.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.